Hello, guys. Welcome to Dr. Introspect TV show. And as always, we are your hosts. So, today we're going to be talking about Netflix original TV series, which is Stranger Things. We're going to be talking about the season 3 that just came out yesterday. So, we're going to share our thoughts, first impressions about it, and we're just going to talk about it.
Yeah, so Stranger Things, like she said, is Netflix original series, landed yesterday, and we just jumped on it right up, and we thought we should just go in there and
Talk about it.
Get what's in it quickly as soon as possible and bring it to you. So before we start, let's just talk about our first impressions about the series. I feel like this third sequel, the characters are so grown up. Like, they're all so grown,
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I mean, when I looked at Dustin, I was like, oh my god, like, he looks totally different. Elle looks totally different. And I was like, wow, I feel like I'm watching these kids grow right before my eyes. Because I remember when I watched season 1, I was like, oh, they're so small. And now they're looking like they're all grown. And for me, I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Definitely. And young Love, Elle, and they look so cute.
They looked really, really cute. Like, I was like, oh my god, that's so cute.
I mean, second thing I'd say is, I know Stranger Things and a lot of these new Netflix shows, they're not known for many episodes, but I just feel like after waiting so long, 8 episodes was kind of too short for me. I don't know. For me, I kind of expected more. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I felt the same, but each episode is 50 minutes or something. So for me, I felt it was okay. It was fine. I liked it.
I don't know. I mean, traditionally, back in the time of 24 and Prison Break, they were also 45, 50 minutes,
and they were
as well.
over 20 episodes.
And you get over 20
right.
episodes. I mean, I know it's not the style these days, but when you wait so long for Stranger Things, you kind of expect more. But still great, nonetheless. Still great. What other impressions did you have?
I mean, I know you're saying comparing it to the shows in the past, it had over 20 episodes. I felt like it had a lot happening that I didn't want it to end, but when I was in the 7th episode, I was like, oh my god, it's ending, but I still really, really enjoyed it. It was cool. I liked it.
Yeah, so those are impressions. We just jump right into some of the themes and things we saw in the story. So I don't know, maybe you could go first.
Right. Okay. So the first thing I noticed was, aside from them growing physically, their characters grew. They grew to be bolder, braver, fiercer. Looking at Will, I couldn't even believe. I was like, you know what, let's go rescue them. He was trying to fight. He was trying to do those things. And I'm like, oh my God, he feels strong. Before, they were all afraid. And even Elle, she's stronger. Even when you see her cry, even when you see her look like she's weak, she's still you know what, I'm going to do it. When she was removing the Mind Flayer's monster from her leg. And it hurt her. It was hurting her, but she still did it. So I felt like the character grew. There was this growth that's displayed in the character, aside from just the physical people themselves.
Yeah. Something else I'll say I saw is that there was this theme of where they are trying to talk about the differences between masculinity and femininity,
right?
What men are known to do and what women are known to do, and you see that play out in the way Elle and Mike go about their arguments, because she feels like, you lied to me, and they're like, oh well, when girls are mad, they speak from emotions, and you as a man, you go, you buy a gift, and that makes everything okay. And you continue to see that dynamic of, they say women are emotional, they don't reason with logic, and I feel like that was part of the thing the people that wrote this story were trying to bring forward in this season.
Well, I mean, I also noticed that as well because I recall watching when Elle was telling Mike that, oh, so because I'm of a different species, you know, we act like this, we do like this, and it was just, you know, pretty much going back to what you said about how they're trying to depict that, you know, females as seen as emotional and, you know, men as seen as different. And I liked how she was able to still, you know, remove herself, like, you know, still define who she is, because Max was trying to, you know, make her remember herself and not let her just be so absorbed in the love that she had with Mike, you know. So she still had to remind her of who she was, you know. And then there was this balance, you know, with her trying to be, oh, I'm not just a girl, or I'm not just a girl that's in love, but I'm myself, you know. And I felt that was really, really, it was really good.
Yeah, that also stood out to me as well. And that plays into the whole concept of you saying the characters were growing. I saw a lot of the characters coming into their own, and with Elle, she's trying to establish her own agency and autonomy. And that's interesting because she's doing that so young. They're all young teenagers. A lot of us grow up well into our 20s and we don't know the meaning of our own agency and how to own that. And, you know, her friend, the other girl who's introducing her to the series of the comics of Wonder Woman,
right,
and how women can be strong and make decisions for themselves,
Max,
and things like that. Max was really right there, you know, telling her, look, it's okay to be in love and everything, but you have to have your own thing too. You have to have your own identity. She goes shopping. She finds clothes that suit her own style, not clothes that her dad bought for her or whatever, but things that are a reflection of her own person. And I felt that was a strong message there, not just for us girls, but even grown women as well.
Right.
You know, speaking of growth of the characters, Erica, I don't know, for me, Erica was one of the people that made this show, the show.
Right.
I mean, she's so mouthy and she's so strong and she's independent. She has her own mind. Such a young kid to be that so outspoken, well-spoken.
She's so precocious. I was like, oh my God.
You know, and in this series, I felt some of that woman empowerment thing going on low-key in the storyline, because that little girl could have easily been a boy, but it was her. Right. I like that. You know, she's brave as young as she is, going to the events with these older kids, not really knowing what's on the other side, you know. And she's not just well-spoken, she's smart. You know, so it turns out she's a nerd.
She's a nerd.
You know, she can make like quick computations in her brain. Like, I'm like, okay, that is so cool. And then towards, I think, the last episode where the whole showdown is going down, and that man that translates Russian for them was like, we're going to go down into the place, and she's telling them, look, you guys are going to die. We've been down there. You barely made it. And they're not listening to her, because I don't know, she's a kid. And you know, in society, there's this whole thing where women are not being listened to, and young people are not being listened to as well. Right. And you saw that, even though it wasn't just her, it was her and Dustin, when they were telling them that, look, you guys can't make it down there by yourselves. And they were like, you kids don't know nothing, you know, back off. That was something that I saw as well. Yeah.
I mean, following up on that, I felt like Erica was a very, very, she was just an outstanding character, you know, and she actually brought humor to the series, like that season 3, you know. She actually made it much more enjoyable to watch, because like there are a lot of things she was saying that actually made me laugh a lot, you know. And I did really see her as this, you know, feminine, you know, this girl that's really smart, and she's very, very relentless. She stands for what she wants. She's very bold. And yeah, I thought that, you know, that was a very, very good character that they brought in to kind of like embody this, you know, feminine woman empowerment.
Yeah.
You know, and another thing I noticed was talking about growth, character again is Chief Hopper. You know, he had this hard shell. He was strong. He was always, you know, he never was in touch with his emotional side. He wasn't in touch with his feelings. Even when he was supposed to, like, you know, kind of like talk to Elle and Mike, he wasn't even able to say it. He wasn't able to bring out that emotional side of him.
Yeah.
You know, and unfortunately he died. Spoilers, if you haven't seen it. But yeah, if you notice in the end, he eventually got to tap into that emotional side of him. He was able to, you know, talk to Elle, tell her, Elle, I don't want anything to happen to you. I don't want you to die. And, you know, for me, that was seeing a lot of growth in his character, because he's someone that's always so, you know, he looked kind of like meany, frowny, and, you know, he just doesn't know how to bring out his emotional side. Even when he liked the mom of, what was his name? I don't remember if it was Mike's mom or Will's mom, one of them. Will's mom. He wasn't even able to say, oh, let's go out on a date, oh, I like you. And, you know, I thought that was really something to talk about.
Yeah, that's also that whole gender depiction thing I thought they were bringing out. You know, I don't know, maybe it's a function of the time and setting for the movie back in those days. Even now, it's still harder for men to be emotionally expressive. And back then it was like, you know, you're a man, you should be macho and bravado and, you know, a lot of masculinity to your person. And maybe that's part of the reasons why he was the way he is, you know, I don't know. Speaking on the other dynamics and depth to the characters, we said Erica's character was brave, strong. It was nice to see that embodied in a female, such a young child that had all these qualities. But then looking at the rest of the cast, we see that the other characters as well, the female characters, we are also doing strong things. You know, the women are saving people. You're not going out to save the girl, as you would see in like every other Disney story. No shade, we love them, okay? But like, it's the story, you know. Will's mom consistently has been a character that is saving people, not being saved, out there saving people. The other girl with the gun that was shooting, like, I thought that was so cool because she was standing in front of the car and she was shooting, and she could have died, but she was bold, she was brave. Elle, I mean, we can't even talk enough. Elle is one of the strongest characters. Honestly, at a point in time, it started to look like they were using her. They weren't, but I felt like Mike was feeling like you people are using Elle, you know, just because she's strong and she has powers, like, you know, okay, yeah, Elle will handle it. And in that situation, I was wondering, is he worried for Elle because he loves her? And, you know, okay, I love this person, I don't want them to get hurt. Or is he also seeing Elle as a fragile person? Because there's a tendency for society to view women as fragile. So when they're doing anything, you're scared that they're delicate, you're gonna break. So when she was trying to find where the source was and she was looking, he was worried that something would happen. I mean, obviously she's never done it before, but you question yourself, if it was one of his friends that was a guy that was doing it, would he have been as worried? Or was he just worried because she's female? And Elle looks at him and says, you have to trust me. And that stuck with me because she's like, you gotta trust me. You gotta trust that I know what I'm doing. You gotta trust that I have the strength to see it through. And I was like, that's an important message there. And it was scary. She almost didn't make it back, but she did. And, you know, it just goes to show that even Elle is strong, not just about the powers, but that will, sheer will, determination is a quality that women can also have as well.
I mean, I didn't think that Mike thought that she was weak. I thought that he just really cared about her. He really loves her and he doesn't want to lose her. You know? Because, I mean, he's been with her, you know, season 1, season 2. He has seen her fight, like, the Mind Flayer, all those monsters and stuff like that. And he knows that, you know, she's strong, you know, but he loves her and he doesn't want anything to happen to her.
Yeah.
So I think that that's what that was all about. And also Nancy, I think that's her name, Nancy.
Yeah, Nancy.
I like that she was really relentless, because even when she was at her job, she had a lot of bullying from the men. They were bullying her, they were laughing at her. When she was talking about the rats, I think her name is Nancy, right?
Yeah, Nancy.
Yeah, when she was talking about the rats, and she was like, well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna find the root of this story, I'm gonna report the story. And even her mom encouraged her and told her, don't let these people put you down. You're strong, you're bold, you're brave, keep doing what you love. And she was relentless, she didn't stop. And I really liked it, because even when she argued with that guy that was her colleague, I don't remember his name, but she still wanted to go do the reporting without him. She wanted to go do the investigation without him. And that just showed them also highlighting this feminine power, because even at that time, because it's in an olden day setting, right?
Yeah.
So even at that time, she was still going out to get what she wants. Because I saw a scene where her mom was at home cooking and doing stuff like that. I don't know if her mom was a housewife or is a housewife, but it seems like she's a housewife. And it's different seeing her daughter going out there working in the man's world, and men are bullying her. Her bosses are laughing at her, but she's still persistent. Yeah. So I liked it.
I like the persistence. And you saying she went on her own to dig out this story without the guy also shows that depth in character and strength they were trying to show in the females in this story, because that's a scary situation. She doesn't know what she's walking into. She could have called the boy and said, hey, go with me, but she went alone. That was brave. And talking about the time she was in and the persistence, I definitely admire that. And I feel it's important to have people in your court that can tell you when you start doubting yourself that you still can. And that person was her mom.
Like a support system.
It's that was what that showed to me. Like it is so important. Like if I'm going down, like I can have you and you can tell me, hey girl, you got this, you can do that. Yeah, the world is hard. And her mother told her the cold truth. The mother was like, look, this world will beat you down, will take away your hopes and dreams and everything, but you gotta keep fighting. And some people get beaten down, some people don't, and you're not one of those people. And that was powerful.
That was really powerful.
Right there. Something else that stood out to me was this whole thing, we joke about it all the time, where you hear some men say that the more educated a woman becomes, or the more enlightened, and then the more of a problem, things like that. And when Max was talking to Elle and tell her about being strong when the woman, and Max is strong, she skateboards. That's not a stereotypical girl activity
like that.
And she's telling Elle about all these things to come into her own. They said that Elle, they're criticizing the enlightenment of Elle. They're like, it's becoming a problem because Elle is knowing all these things, and they say they are conspiring. They use the word conspiring. It was funny.
Really funny. Yeah.
That was funny to me. Just because Elle is coming to her own, discovering her style, discovering her person, understanding what it means, because she didn't even know you could break up with someone, and all of a sudden they're conspiring.
Yeah, I thought it was cool, because Elle she doesn't know anything. She's learning every day, and he's kind of feeling a bit worried that she's gonna know a lot. And I think maybe he's feeling like, I'm not gonna be the one to tell her things that she's supposed to know, because she's like, what is love, what is this, what is that, and he kind of like felt happy that he's her man, and he's the one that's able to tell her those things that she doesn't know. And I felt like he was feeling that if she knows this, or if she learns it from someone else, I'm not gonna feel useful to her anymore, or something like that. So I felt like that was what it was pretty much all about.
And even though what they're trying to show us, they're showing us with young people, they're kids, it's still something you can apply to grown people, because you can be in a relationship with someone and then you guys can become so codependent, and that's not healthy. And you don't realize that you can have your own life, they can have their own life, and then you guys can have your own life together, you know. And that wasn't something Elle was experiencing. Everything was just him. She didn't know who her person was without him. She didn't even know she could have like other female friends and be close to them. And when Mike saw that happening, he was worried. And I mean, that's normal. But at the same time, he learns that, you know, she can be her own person. She can learn about other things outside of him, have a life outside of him, and that doesn't necessarily mean there's a threat to their relationship. So that was some growth there. Something else, okay, this has nothing to do with character, but if I don't say this, I just have to say, yo, Coca-Cola.
Oh, everywhere.
I know,
and Burger King.
everywhere.
Burger King, Coca-Cola,
Everywhere.
like, sponsors.
I'm pretty sure they were.
Sponsors.
It was just too obvious. It was just everywhere. Like the boy was drinking the Coke and saying the original versus this one. Like that was like almost 2 minutes
That was like
of a
an
scene.
advertisement. I was like, okay, Coca-Cola.
I'm like, okay, we see you.
That was
we
funny.
see you getting there. Something else. The end. Spoiler: Elle may have lost her powers. May or may not. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they will come back?
I think they're gonna come back. I don't think it's just gonna end like that, you know. But there was something I noticed when the American police people came into the lab or whatever, and the guy was looking at the hole. I was wondering, like, are you sure something didn't get into him or something? Because he just kept staring at the hole, and he was looking. I was like, are you sure the flame didn't just enter him? And I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing things.
I don't know. Anything is possible at this point. Like. We knew that from the ending of Stranger Things 2 that
Obviously,
something was
part
coming.
3 was coming,
Right, but the way this 3 has ended, I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's any indication as to what routes the story might be taking. Okay, well, there probably is because there's that Russian base where they have that monster there.
Exactly.
So I think we can anticipate a 4 for sure.
I think so as well.
But something we were talking about before we started filming, why is it always Russia?
Right. I was like, why do they have to use Russia? I mean, I know America and Russia has this competition against each other, but I was like, why didn't they use another European country? Why do they have to use Russia? Like,
or South American country or African country. Like there are other places. Why is it always Russia? Like that was comical to me.
I mean, we watched Chernobyl, and then where we were seeing them talking about the Americans, and then we're watching Stranger Things, and Russians are like the perpetrators, and I'm like, oh my god, what the?
You know what? I think maybe we should start watching some Russian movies and
Yeah.
see if Americans are the ones
The villains,
they're the villains.
Right.
Because that is comical to me. Well, that is pretty much all I have. I don't know if you have anything else.
I mean, that's pretty much. Those are my thoughts. That's all I had. And once again, it was a really, really interesting.
It definitely
was an interesting season 3, and I enjoyed it. I watched it the whole day, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
good one, Netflix.
Good one, Netflix. Keep it coming.
Okay, guys, so this is all we have for you today. Make sure you guys subscribe to our channel. Leave your comments. If you have any requests, if you'd like us to talk about any videos, any movies, any TV series or whatever, let us know. Leave it in the comment section. Make sure you follow us on our social media handle. We're gonna drop that at the end of this video. And leave us comments, send us email, give us requests for what you want us to talk about. That's why we're here.
Yeah, definitely. We want to know what you think about this. Definitely tell us in the comments like she said. Like this video if you loved it.
Give
and
us a
of
thumbs
course,
up.
please give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever we post videos, okay? You don't have to keep searching. You will just get the notification on your phone
Right away.
right away. And please, it doesn't cost anything to hit the subscribe button. Just help us. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I know it is a huge goal. We just started, but we are gonna keep the content coming, and we would like your feedback in the comments on whatever you think that can help this experience to be better for you. And until next time,
Bye.
bye.